Have you experienced a pattern in your life that keeps repeating over and over again no matter what you do? Perhaps you keep attracting the same boyfriend or girlfriend no matter where you go, no matter what you do, no matter where you live. Perhaps you keep having the same experience at work no matter what company you work for. Or perhaps you keep having the same life no matter how hard you try to change it. Let me get this straight. You haven't been cursed. We've got a lot to talk about. Hello everyone, this is Kevlan, and in today's video we're going to talk about those patterns that we all experience at some point into our life. No matter what area in your life, we all, I'm sure, have so many patterns or so many things we could share with each other about the patterns that we have or we have experienced in our past in life. And I wanted to talk about all of this and also share my perspective to help you break those patterns and break the loop that we sometimes stay stuck for a long time and help you break free from that. So I'm going to be sharing some of my perspectives, some of my experiences, and how and what outlook will help you change this situation. But before we go even further and chat about the patterns, I want everyone, if you like the video, if you've been following it for some time, if you like the content that I've been posting now for a little while, to help me with the YouTube visibility and the YouTube algorithm, please smash the like button, share the video with your friends and family, share the video with the people in your network to really boost the YouTube algorithm. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so, if you like this type of content, and also feel free to add a little comment down below to comment on the video and comment maybe where you're from or the type of patterns that you've been working on and you've been trying to break with your own experience. So today I wanted to talk about the patterns, and we've all experienced patterns sometimes in a romantic relationship where for years we keep attracting the same boyfriend or girlfriend, and every time we get into a relationship, we realize that we keep living the same type of situations no matter what is the person, no matter what boyfriend or girlfriend we end up being with. Or perhaps it's at work where we work for a company and things are not going as expected or not going well with whatever it is, and we have a tendency to say it's somebody else's fault, and then we quit or we leave this job and then we go to another company until we realize that we basically live the same experience with different people and a different company name. And there is so many patterns that could that we could experience with friends, with even disease, with money, whatever it is. And I wanted to share my perspective on the root cause of all these patterns and tell you that you haven't been cursed. Tell you that no one is trying to make you fail, or no one is trying to hurt you. There's nothing external that is going after you so that you're going to fail, you're not going to succeed, or you're not going to be happy in your life. And that's really the first aspect, is we need to change our outlook toward the situation or the pattern we live, because it's natural, it's really human, and we all have a tendency to, at first, victimize ourselves when we keep having those patterns, whether it's being with the same boyfriends or girlfriends or the same boss or the same type of companies. And we realize that we have a tendency to victimize ourselves and say, oh, this is a company, this is because of my boss, or this is because of my boyfriend or my ex-girlfriend or what they've done to me. And that's the reason why I keep having this. But if we keep staying in the mindset of this is someone else's fault, then nothing is going to change within us. We're always going to be in that situation where we're going to keep attracting the same pattern, and the same pattern is going to repeat itself in our life. Because again, when we feel a victim of something, it means we give our power away to something. So perhaps you're a victim of your boss, so it means you're giving your power away to your boss. Or if you're a victim to your boyfriend or your girlfriend or husband, then it means you're giving your power away to your boyfriend or girlfriend or husband. And nothing can change until you take this power back. So first of all is really to change this outlook and stop being a victim of a situation or patterns or the loop you're stuck. You're not, you're not a victim of that loop, and there is a way out. There is always a way out. But first of all, if you want a way out, you need to take ownership of the situation you're in. In my past videos, I explained multiple times that everything that is outside of us is just a projection of our state of being, our state of mind, and our belief system. So if we believe certain things, a story about ourselves, then this story is going to reflect outside of us like a mirror. So it means then all the patterns we keep experiencing and we keep attracting into our life are just a reflection of something that is holding us back, are just a reflection of something that we have within us that is for the most part unconscious, because if we're conscious about it, then we will probably have changed it already. But if we are not conscious about it, then the best way to know about it is to look at our life, look at the mirror, look at the experiences that we keep attracting into our life, the patterns that keep repeating into our life. When I look at my life, for a long time, I was working for different companies, and I always had good experience in the companies I worked for. It was always pretty flexible, lots of freedom, and people were leaving me alone. But I always struggle with money. I always struggle with feeling heard and feeling worthy of getting something. I always struggle with that. And for a long time in my career, I was always saying, it's because of my boss, or it's because of this, it's because of that. And then every time I was changing companies, I was ending up having the same experience with a different person, different boss. And every time I was like, I don't understand, like every time I keep having the same experience. Until one day I started to realize that, wait a minute, like if this is something like that keeps happening into my life, keeps showing up into my life, it's not because of my boss, it's not because of the company I work for, it's not because of X, Y, and Z, it's because of me. There is something obviously that inside of me that I'm holding on, that I'm not aware of yet, but life is reflecting itself and is showing me something that obviously is bothering me, because that's the type of patterns I didn't want to experience. I didn't want to experience this. I wanted to be heard. I wanted to feel worthy to receive certain things. I wanted to be receiving and see the results outside of me. But because it was not happening, at first I was victim, I was seeing myself as a victim. But when I was in the mindset, nothing was able to change. I was keep attracting the same experience. So the first step to change and break that loop is to take ownership of it and say, okay, I hear you now. I see the pattern. I recognize a pattern. Because that's the first thing, is we need to recognize a pattern. Because sometimes we don't even realize, like when we feel a victim of it, we don't realize we are actually in a pattern. We are actually in this loop that keeps repeating itself until we can break it. So first we need to recognize that, okay, I'm in a loop, I recognize it, I acknowledge it, I see it now. What's the message? And from there, this is when we can start changing something and working on ourselves and have the conscious mind observe the unconscious part of ourselves. Because again, if it's on our subconscious, if this is the results of a trauma, if it's the results of an experience or a very heavy emotional charge that happened in our childhood or earlier in our life that is now part of our unconscious, until we are able to identify it, we'll keep living this. So once we're able to take ownership of this and say, okay, I hear you, show me what I need to change. And then going through self-reflection, ask the universe to show you what you need to change, why you keep attracting it, the same experience, what this experience is showing to you, what in this experience, what is bothering you in this experience, what is triggering within you in this experience. So all those self-reflection, self-questions that you need to ask yourself to try to understand why you keep being stuck in that loop and how you can escape it, how you can leave and break that loop once and for all. So until we change our energy and until we change ourselves, nothing is going to change outside of us. So we can be stuck in the loop, and until you're able to recognize you're in a loop, you keep attracting, and you're the one keeping attracting the pattern, and you're the one that need to change so that you can break the cycle, you can break the loop. Nothing is going to change your life. And I have so many experience of people coming to me, talking about their own experiences, talking about the patterns they've been stuck, talking about the person they keep attracting and feeling a victim of it. But until they realize this truth, until they realize that they're the one manifesting these patterns over and over again and nobody else is. There is no one that is trying to hurt you. There is no one that is trying to make you fail but yourself. There is something within you that is preventing you from breaking that loop. There is something within you that you're holding on, and you need to see, you need to find out so that you can finally break free from this loop, finally break free from this pattern. And as soon as you're able to identify this pattern or identify the root cause of this pattern and you're able to change it, and again, when I say change it, it's basically change your energy. So become a different person. When you change your energy, you change this state of being that keeps making you being stuck in that loop. Then you can actually break the cycle and break free from it. And that's really how it works. Is really, once you understand that everything outside of you is just a mirror, and you can take ownership of whatever you see in the mirror. You know, when you have a mirror in your bedroom and you are wearing you are getting dressed and you want to look at yourself in the mirror just to see how you look, you're not gonna blame the mirror if you see something that you don't like, a weird color on your shirt or something you don't like in your dress or in your clothes. You're not gonna break the mirror and say it's because of the mirror. You're going to look at yourself and say, okay, I need to change. I don't like this color on me. I'm going to change and get another color or whatever, right? You just go back to yourself. And that's exactly the same thing in life. Until you're able to recognize that you cannot change the reflection that is outside of you, until you realize that you need to change what is being reflected, then nothing is going to change your life. So I encourage everybody to look at your life. If you're currently in a pattern, if you're currently in a cycle, if you're currently stuck in that loop, take ownership of it. Ask the universe, what is the message here? Why do you need to understand? What unconscious pattern, unconscious part of yourself is showing up outside of you? What do you need to change so that you can break the cycle? Nothing is going to change. But I can assure you, as soon as you start to do the work, and as soon as you start changing the pattern or changing the unconscious part of yourself that is blocking you or is preventing you from breaking free, your life outside of you, your life is going to change, because that's the law, that's the reflection of it is going to change. There is no other way. There is no other possibility. If you like this video, please smash the like button. Again, for the YouTube algorithm, for the visibility, it's gonna really help me. Put some comments, and I would love to hear what pattern are you currently stuck, and what are you working on right now, in order to what cycle, what pattern are you trying to break free now. I would love to hear. And what are the practices perhaps you are implementing into your life in order to help you breaking free from this pattern. I would love to hear from you, and it would be nice if you could share your where you're at and your perspective on that. I also please subscribe to my channel if you want to be informed when I'll be publishing next video. I also left in the link down below my book, The Science of Breaking Free, where I talk about all of this stuff in more details and the science behind it, and how life is just a mirror of our original state. So if you want to know more and how it works and have more knowledge about it, I invite you to check it out. It's on Amazon. I also put in the description below my website if you want to know what are my offerings, and if you want to work with me or if you want to contact me. I would love to hear from you. Please subscribe to my channel, and in the meantime, I wish you well, and I'll see you in the next video.